Watch this Liberal MP get ripped apart for a lack of clarity within his answers.
Minister, you said that you're going to reduce and that there's a plan for reduction of full-time equivalents. Public service right now, or at least September 2025, was down to 346,000, heading for a goal of 330,000. Much of the reduction that you were to make has already occurred. You've got a few more to go with volunteer, and you said mostly through voluntary reductions. So why have you refused to provide the parliamentary budget officer, and through him parliamentarians, information to help us understand the personnel reductions that you have planned?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for your question, Pat. It is a really important question. Comprehensive expenditure review is aligned with our government commitment with Canadians to spend less and invest more, and to balance our government operational budget in the next 3 years. That's exactly what we're focusing on. Your question towards the PBO's letter, my team will be working to respond to his letter as soon as possible, but the timing was not reasonable when the letter came in, because we haven't finalized those details, and it would be unfair as an employer for us as a government to give those information to PBO before communicating with public service employees. So we'll be providing a response to PBO.
Well, wait a minute, yeah. Mr. Minister. On October 30th, you told this committee that you would release the information of the comprehensive spending review to the PBO, and you have failed to do so.
I think it's we said it that we will provide as soon as possible. It was the details were not finalized at the moment, and it would have been unfair.
Was the cabinet briefed? Was the cabinet briefed on the reductions?
May I respond to your
it sounded like you're
please?
repeating your response.
No,
to
I'm not repeating. I'm giving you that reason that it would not have been reasonable to provide those information to...
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Interrupt, Madame.
Les interprètes font un travail extraordinaire.
The interpreters are doing extraordinary work, but when we don't give them time to complete before the other person takes over, we can't ask them to do a miracle. I would like to receive the complete interpretation in French, Mr. Chair.
Thanks. Go ahead, Mr. Kelly. But, Minister, he did ask a very straightforward question. I think the committee, parliamentarians, and Canadians deserve a straightforward answer. Mr. Kelly, I've restarted the clock. You have 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Was Cabinet not briefed on the reductions?
I would say that the details were not finalized, and we would not be able to provide the information to PBO until we communicated with public service employees. We're dealing with as public service employees' livelihood. Okay. We thank them for their services, and I think it would have been unreasonable, unfair to have those information to someone else prior to communicating with public service employees. So that's a reasonable, responsible way of doing.
No, some would say it's an unlawful response. The Parliament of Canada Act allows the parliamentary budget officer access to that information. You are denying information to the parliamentary budget officer that is clearly laid out in the Parliament of Canada Act.
No, sir, we are not. We will be providing information to public PBO, and I can ask my deputy to fill you in further on that, please.
We'll have time for the deputy in the next hour. On what hour, what date? Will you do it by the end of today?
As soon as possible. We will provide.
Okay, that sounds like what you might have said on October 30th. So, would be today or tomorrow then that we'll have.
What I can commit, we will provide as soon as possible.
That's, I'd like a date, time.
I don't have a date. I will provide as soon as possible.
Does
That
the information not exist?
We have to communicate with the public service employees. They're the impacted party here, and this is responsible. This would be unreasonable
Okay.
for as an employer to communicate to someone else before communicating with the public service employees.
No,
We're dealing with the livelihood of the public service, and I think it's fair that we communicate, finalize those details, and communicate with them before
Minister,
we release it to
You
PBO.
you are asking parliamentarians to vote on these estimates while denying parliamentarians the information that they are entitled to in order to assess the estimates that you have tabled. It is not acceptable to, you are not free under the Parliament of Canada Act to pick and choose what you think is a fair or correct order of things. So I will ask you again, will you commit by tomorrow's Friday, by tomorrow afternoon, will you comply with the lawful request for information by the parliamentary budget officer, yes or
Mr.
no?
Kelly, let's not play politics on the lives of the public service employees. Within my legal authority, we have presented in the parliament main estimates, and you have all the information there. But you're asking about PBO date. Within legal authorities, as soon as possible, we will be able to provide.
I think it is very telling that you think parliamentarians are playing politics when they ask for information to which they are entitled in order to study and assess estimates that have to be voted on behalf of taxpayers. You don't have the choice to decide whether or not you release the information.
Chair,
I'm
those
sorry,
information
I'm gonna
is already,
interrupt.
Chair, it would not be fair that if I don't
sir,
have a
sir,
time to
sorry,
respond to
I
his
have no,
question, that would
Minister,
not be fair.
Minister, time is up. Mr. Gasper is up next. Perhaps he will allow you some time.
It's been nearly a month, and they still don't have any information based on what they want to do. The master planner, Mark Carney, still doesn't know how many individuals are going to be cut. And it's so typical of the Trudeau-era ministers to just repeat the question period talking points over and over again, and actually play politics. Anyway, I want to know what you think down in the comments section below, and have a good one.